10th. For details,
Okay, let's try the
visit
latest
appliancecanada.com
version of full self-driving.
for your life.
12.3.3.
Business report, Phil Martino.
Business and consumer sentiment improved during the first quarter of the year, according to the Bank of Canada.
It's an
This
18-kilometer
despite
drive
higher interest
from
rates. The central bank
Markham
released its business
to
outlook
North
and
York.
consumer expectations surveys today,
21 minutes.
which show increased optimism as people expect interest rate cuts are coming. Bloomberg's Joan Donegar now with a look at what happens stateside today.
The summer travel season will be a lot less busy than United Airlines had planned, so much so it's asking pilots to volunteer, take some time for themselves, but not be paid for it. United blames Boeing and its issues, which have backed up plane deliveries. A snapshot of the manufacturing sector indicated it saw its first growth in 2 years last month. That had investors worried the Federal Reserve won't cut interest rates in June, so the Dow and S&P lost 0.2 to 0.6%. The Dow down 241, the S&P 11. NASDAQ, though, gained 0.1%, 17 points.
On Bay Street, the TSX closed up by 18 points to 22,185. A big marketing campaign by WWE ahead of WrestleMania, which is just a few days away. In February, 3 days before the Super Bowl in Las Vegas, the sports entertainment company held a press conference just down the road from the stadium where the Super Bowl was being played. Thousands of people showed up for the free event, which didn't include any wrestling, and it garnered more than 15 million views across all of WWE's
Position this camera a bit better.
platforms in less than 12 hours. WWE also released its
Is
WrestleMania
that
30
better?
video on the day of the Super Bowl, and that video has amassed more than 5 million views on its account on X. At the Business Center, I'm Phil Martino.
At BDC, we know being an entrepreneur means always being ready to take on challenges and seize opportunities. Get up to $100,000 with our small business loan to make your projects a reality. Simple, quick,
See if there's
and with
any
no
improvements.
application fees, the BDC online loan offers you flexibility to protect your cash flow with favorable repayment terms. Apply now at bdc.ca/online loan. Certain conditions apply. BDC, financing, advising, know-how.
At Toyota, we believe your vehicle is more than just your ride. It looks out for you, like your mom, shielding you from danger, navigating you safely through questionable choices, and providing gentle yet constant reminders to wear your seatbelt. So protect your Toyota the way it protects you. Trust the experts at Toyota for premium tires, batteries, brakes, and more. Visit shoptoyota.ca or contact your local Toyota dealer to book an appointment today.
Now, regional weather conditions for Monte Carlo Inns.
With spring in the air, Monte Carlo Inns is excited to check you in. Whether for a comfortable night's sleep or your next important meeting, Monte Carlo Inns is your home away from home. Visit MonteCarloInns.com and save.
In Oshawa right now, 12 degrees, Guelph 10, and St. Catharines, it's 9. 680 news time, 6 o'clock.
Number one for breaking news, traffic, and weather. 680 News Radio, Toronto. It's Monday, April 1st. I'm James Monroe.
I'm Scott Burnett. Here are the top stories right now.
With breaking news from Markham, a fire on Reeser Road north of Steeles has claimed a man's life. We'll report in seconds.
A special weather statement out for Toronto and the GTHA warning of plenty of April showers.
One person is in hospital with serious injuries after a daylight shooting in an upscale, quiet Toronto neighborhood.
It's very, very concerning.
A suspect was seen fleeing the area.
The Leafs have a chance to clinch a playoff spot tonight with the Panthers in town. And without Bo Bichette, the Blue Jays open a 3-game series at Minute Maid Park. Sports at 15.
A mixed picture for the North American markets, and Ryan Reynolds backed Nuvei as it has signed a deal to be taken private. Business at 26.
680 news time, 6:01.
Traffic and weather together on the ones brought to you by Cars for Kids. Airborne, Ari Recharge.
Well, still hearing about these heavy delays in the 401 in the Guelph area because of this protest on Watson Road over top of the 401. So it's causing delays on the eastbound side. Some traffic spotters are saying from as far back as the Tri-Cities area all the way to east of Highway 6 South. On the westbound side from the James Snow Parkway to Highway 6 South, again right at Watson Road. Not clear yet when these protesters will leave the area. They may be intending to stay there during rush hour, but further updates are appreciated by calling in star 680. We also have volume delays on the East 401 approaching Dixie to Leslie, alternately expressing collectors, and from Westney to Salem. On the westbound side, it's heavy Dixon to Salem, and west of Markham to Kennedy Express, McAllen to Vic Park and the collectors. Then from the 404 to Avenue Road, and from the Allen to Dixon, both alternating expressing collectors. And it's busy coming off smooth sailing until you get to Oakville on the westbound and QEW. It slows back down Fort Drive to Trafalgar, and then Appleby to Brand westbound 403. That crash approaching Eglinton and the Collectors cleared. It's still backed up from the 401 in the Collectors west of Aberdeen. 2 left lanes are closed off the collision. That's causing a delay from approaching Waterdown. Cars for Kids, the easy way to donate your car. Donate today and your car can be picked up tomorrow. Go to carsforkids.ca. That's cars with a K. Your next report is at 6:11. Now with your forecast, here's Denise Andriachi.
Widespread special weather statements have been issued ahead of the rainy, windy couple of days we have around the corner for us here in the GTA and all of southern Ontario. After a couple of seasonal days, very pleasant today, for instance, over the long weekend, it's been rather nice and quiet, but now we're into a very active weather pattern that in fact takes us through Friday. But for now, it's 9 degrees, cloudy, downtown Toronto, and cloudy at Pearson, our overnight low, 4 degrees.
680 News Time, 6:03.
Well, start to the week in a quiet Rosedale neighborhood.
A shooting around 8 o'clock this morning, sending one person to hospital with serious injuries.
680's Mike Freshy joins us with word the gunman's still on the loose tonight.
The shooting taking place shortly after 8 o'clock this morning in this very quiet, upscale neighborhood near Bayview and Pottery Road. Stephen heard the whole thing happen.
I was in the house and heard a series of gunshots. They one after the other very rapidly, and then the sirens for the police. And then I looked out and saw the entire street blocked off and police cars and police everywhere, so a little disconcerting.
Residents were told to stay in their homes as the emergency task force, canine, and forensics units were all called in searching for the suspect. Eventually, the shelter-in-place order was lifted. Residents tell you while it's very rare for shootings to take place in this neighborhood, there have been 8 break-ins and several vehicle thefts in just the last few months. Near Bayview and Pottery Road, I'm Mike Freshy.
Did a signal for it, which is...
Breaking news tonight from the York region. A man is dead following a house fire in Markham. Police say emergency crews were called to a home on Reeser Road north of Steeles around 3. Cause of the fire not known. Stay with 680 News Radio for more on this story.
680 News Radio Weather Alert.
Environment Canada issuing a special weather statement for Toronto and the GTHA calling for an early spring storm.
So I don't know if you heard me just now. I was saying that right now we're in a carpool lane, and as soon as it opened up the car, it just turned right into it without signaling or anything. So I think I might have got confused. It was like driving in one lane, all of a sudden it became 2, and it just stuck to the faster side. It could have just gone straight, basically.
That begins tomorrow. Rain, which may get heavy at times, expected to start tomorrow afternoon, lasting through Wednesday. Strong winds will also blow into the region tomorrow night. That rain may also turn to wet snow on Wednesday night as cooler air pushes in.
680 News Time, 6:05. Half a dozen people arrested over the weekend at pro-Palestinian protests. Now organizers say police used excessive force.
A member with the Palestinian Youth Movement says one of those arrested on Saturday wasn't part of the rally, and she called that racial profiling.
A random passerby was trying to enter his home through the march and was violently assaulted and arrested because he looked Palestinian.
The group says the police don't keep them safe, and they're calling to defund them. Toronto police, meantime, say they had horse manure thrown at them and were nearly speared with a flagpole, and a man drove with people in the bed of his truck, which they echo are all illegal acts. They suspended his license and impounded the vehicle. They made several arrests, said Gerard in Parliament. One of them turned over to provincial police. I'm Zach Bogenstein.
680 News Time, 6:06. A nourishing announcement from the feds today. Ottawa plans to spend $1 billion over the next 5 years on a national school food program. 680's Jasmine Graywell has the latest and joins us live. Good evening, Jasmine.
Good evening, James. The program is expected to provide meals to roughly 400,000 kids per year. Finance Minister Chrystia Freeland says the government plans on launching the program as early as the 2024-2025 school year.
For mums and dads across Canada, especially those who are struggling with the high cost of groceries, this will mean peace of mind, knowing that their kids will have
get into one more lane. Last time I think it had
taken care of.
Okay, there we go.
And she says for kids, it means not being hungry at school, because when you're hungry, it's really hard to learn. The $1 billion will be spent over the next 5 years, and it comes ahead of the federal budget announcement on April 16th. The NDP government and charities across the country have long been advocating for such a program, with Canada being the only G7 country without a national school food program. Reporting live, Jasmine Royal, 680 News Radio.
680 News Time, 607. You might have had a mild case of sticker shock at the gas station today. If you filled up, that's in part thanks to the carbon tax increase that came into effect today, sparking demonstrations and political attacks across the country.
There are protests across the country, some blocking highways as people speak out against the jump in the carbon tax.
This is just the beginning.
The hike adds another 3 cents per liter at the pump and has sparked anger from some, including 7 premiers who had called for a pause. One of them, Newfoundland's Andrew Furey, is calling for an emergency national meeting on the tax. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau says they've been open to alternatives for years.
But we're not seeing detailed plans from the premiers on this. They'd much rather try to complain about it and make political hay out of this.
While Conservatives vow to axe the tax, Trudeau says the carbon rebate is also going up and gives more money to most families than they pay in the price on pollution. Meanwhile, Gillian Graham with the group Last Generation argues this tax is only a fraction of what has to be done to tackle climate change.
Time is of the essence. We have to act urgently.
Cormac McSweeney, Parliament Hill.
And the Maple Leafs have a chance to lock up an 8th straight playoff spot tonight.
Following that big night from Austin Matthews in Buffalo.
There it is! Number 60! And he gives it the big salute!
The Leafs are back at Scotiabank Arena for tonight's battle with the Florida Panthers. If the playoffs started today, this would be Toronto's first-round matchup. For the Leafs to clinch a playoff spot tonight, they have to win. The Red Wings must lose in regulation to the Lightning, and the Islanders cannot beat the Flyers in overtime. Head coach Sheldon Keefe going with an unchanged lineup, so Morgan Riley and Mitch Marner remain out. Earliest they can return is now Wednesday, home to Tampa. Sportsnet will have the game this evening, starting at 7. From the Sports Center, I'm Alex Xero.
And we'll check gas prices next.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Urogen Erectile Dysfunction. Over 40 and have some form of erectile dysfunction? Urogen ED can give you hope again. Learn about pulse acoustic wave therapy and what Urogen Erectile Dysfunction can do for you. We're growing, now in Toronto and Burlington, Hamilton areas. Call 416-707-2020. That's 416-707-2020. Or visit them online at urogened.com. That's UROGENED.com.
Now the News Radio Toronto gas price update. Enpro predicts the price will not change at midnight, staying at 162.9 a liter at most stations.
What's happening these days? Gas and food prices are through the roof, and mortgage rates are skyrocketing too. Talk about bad timing. There's bills, car payments, kids' lessons, and what about the fun stuff? You need room to breathe and someone to help figure it out. You need New Borrow to show you how to solve your debt and save money with the equity in your home. Use your home to get a loan with New Borrow. Start your new tomorrow at newborrow.com.
And now it's time for our Subaru weather report. So, Harold, what's it looking like?
Jim, we can expect more thunderstorms as the evening approaches, and then overnight... Oh, hold on. Yeah, can I get 2 number 6s with a side of curly fries? Hold the onions, please.
Harold, are you in the drive-thru right now?
Jim, no one listens to this. Oh, thank you. Yeah, great.
Weather reports don't matter when you drive a Subaru. Visit your local Subaru dealer today and book a test drive during the all-weather drive event.
680 News Time is 6:11. Traffic and weather together on the ones brought to you by City TV. Airborne, Ari Rabinovich.
The protest continues in the Guelph region on the 401 at Watson Road, kind of between the 6s, and it's causing big delays both directions of the 401, including eastbound from as far back as the Tri-Cities area on the way towards Highway 6 South. Also on the West 401 from the Jamestown Parkway to approaching 6 South. Give yourself extra time in these areas. And then on the East 401, otherwise, volume delays approaching Dixie to Leslie, Express and Collectors, West to Salem. On the westbound side, heavy from Dixon to Salem. West of Markham to Kennedy, Express, McCowan to Victoria Park, Collectors. Also busy from the 404 to Avenue Road, alternately Express and Collectors. And from the Allen to Dixon. And from the 427 to Dixie in the Collectors. On the 680 Traffic Center, Mike Davey.
Northbound DVP north of Eglinton. This collision still in the left shoulder.
emergency crews on scene. It's a visual distraction, and it looks like one of the tow trucks here pulling away, so it should be cleared soon. Just one vehicle sitting in the left shoulder now. Either way, it's a very slow drive from Don Mills. Westbound Gardner-Strawn to Dufferin. A right lane's closed off for maintenance work. That's causing a significant delay from approaching Jarvis. Westbound 403, a little bit of good news here. West of Aberdeen, that collision cleared. Two left lanes were closed off. Not anymore. Still backed up from Waterdown, but the flow of traffic should start to improve. Eastbound 403, ramp to your Ontario, collision in the right lane, so just be careful using that exit. Eastbound Gardner delays east of Park Lawn to east of Jameson. Eastbound QEW moving slowly, Erin Mills to Dixie. It's a mind-blowing new season of Canada's Got Talent with acts from coast to coast competing for $1 million. Watch all new episodes of Canada's Got Talent Tuesdays at 8 on City TV. Your next report is at 6:21. Now with your forecast, here's Denise Andriachi.
Mostly cloudy conditions tonight as we fall to a low near 4. We have wet weather moving in and winds really starting to pick up in intensity as well by tomorrow afternoon. Gusts out of the east nearing 50 kilometers per hour and 20 plus millimeters of rain expected. It is going to become steadier later in the day and take us overnight into Wednesday. Tuesday's high near 6 degrees. Our overnight low tonight is 4.
Overcast in downtown Toronto and 10 degrees. Now the 680 News Radio Market Minute. Phil Martino.
The North American markets were mixed to start off the trading week. On Bay Street, the TSX was up 18 points to 22,185. Stateside, the Dow was off by 240, the S&P down by 10, and the Nasdaq up by 17. Gold futures up $18.70 to $2,257. Oil up 54 cents to $83.71 a barrel, and the Canadian dollar down 2 100s to 73.67 cents U.S. I'm Phil Martino, and that's your Market Minute.
The Princess Margaret Home Lottery is over 70% sold. Don't miss the incredible $7.3 million grand prize, the $3.3 million Blue Mountain grand prize, plus the $2.2 million Prince Edward County grand prize, and the Lakefront Cottage in Cash early bird prize. Plus, be part of the world's biggest 50-50. Hurry, over 70% sold. Buy now at PrincessMargaretLotto.com. Play responsibly. Raffle number 1340068.
Thinking of selling your home? Visit modernsolution.ca to save money. If you are selling your home, don't do it yourself or pay hefty commission of 5 or even 4%. Modern Solution Realty provides you full service for just total 2% commission. 1% for seller agent, 1% for buyer agent. No upfront fee, no hidden cost, no gimmick. Just total 2%. 1% for each agent.
In the city, it works really well. It's not a highway. I wasn't too comfortable with two incidences on the highway. Yeah, once you experience those, like your comfort level drops a lot. So hopefully they improve that. Like, big one was braking, like excessive braking, like changing lanes and stuff like that. Shouldn't be so strong, so abrupt. Because it's startling. And then yeah, the first song was carpooling. It just pulled right into it as soon as it opened up. I don't think it's learned how to merge into those correctly yet, I guess. She definitely signal and then go. It was like really rough. Boom, pulled right in. I felt like it was scared and it tried to correct us. Could have just gone straight. Didn't have to go into carpool. So yeah, those two items right now. But city driving is really good. No issues. So if you're driving on Markham and North York, so far that's really good.
The NHL has handed Minnesota forward Ryan Hartman a 3-game suspension for throwing his stick on the ice while being on the bench during Saturday's game with Vegas. 4-game split in Tampa. The Jays are in Houston for the first of 3 against the Astros.
I added a bit of electricity to speed it up because I think it's going to stop the light.
Having a cranky neck, and he is day-to-day. Bowden Francis against Ronel Blanco at 8 on Sportsnet 1 and Sportsnet 590 The Fan. Women's March Madness this evening. The Elite 8 continues. starts at 7 with defending champions LSU.
You can see the
taking
person
on
walking,
Iowa.
so it's
And in
not
the NFL,
going.
former quarterback Vontae Davis was found dead at his home in South
Okay,
Florida.
I'm going to stop it. We got here. Thank you.
He is not